ABB is one of the world's leading suppliers of electrical and automation technologies, and it has a significant presence in China, its second largest market after the United States. However, ABB's relationship with a Chinese state-owned company, ZPMC, has raised serious concerns among two U.S. Congress committees, which are investigating the security threats and risks posed by Beijing. ABB is a multinational corporation headquartered in Zurich, Switzerland, with operations in more than 100 countries. It employs about 110,000 people and has annual revenues of over $28 billion. ABB's products and services include electric chargers, industrial robots, factory motors and drives, power grids, renewable energy, and digital solutions. ABB has been operating in China since 1974, and it has more than 20,000 employees and 40 local companies in the country. ABB's Chinese business accounts for about 15% of its global revenues, and it has invested in research and development, manufacturing, and engineering facilities in China. ZPMC, or Shanghai Zhenhua Heavy Industries, is a state-owned Chinese company that is one of the largest port machinery manufacturers in the world. It owns a fleet of more than 20 transportation vessels, and it has supplied more than 80% of the world's container cranes, including those in the United States. ZPMC is also involved in other sectors, such as offshore engineering, heavy-duty steel structures, energy equipment, and environmental protection. The controversy began in 2023 when two U.S. Congress committees, the Committee of Homeland Security and the Select Committee on the Strategic Competition between the U.S. and the Chinese Communist Party, sent a letter to ABB, requesting information about its commercial relationship with ZPMC, as well as its work with U.S. defense, intelligence, and national security agencies. The committee said they wanted to examine whether there was a conflict of interest and whether ABB's equipment and technology installed by ZPMC on U.S.-bound ship-to-shore cranes posed potential cybersecurity risks, foreign intelligence threats, and supply chain vulnerabilities at seaports in the United States. The committees also expressed concern or accusations that ABB's operations in China could be subject to coercion, manipulation, or theft by the Chinese government or its agents. The committee cited several examples of ZPMC's involvement in activities that could undermine U.S. national security interests, such as ZPMC's participation in China's Belt and Road Initiative, its provision of cranes and other equipment to Iran, North Korea, and Venezuela, its collaboration with Huawei, and its role in facilitating China's surveillance and repression of ethnic minorities, construction of artificial islands and military facilities in the South China Sea. The committees also pointed out that ABB had received contracts and grants from various U.S. government agencies for projects related to critical infrastructure, energy, and space. The committees questioned whether ABB could be trusted to continue working on behalf of U.S. government agencies while simultaneously engaging with entities owned, controlled, or influenced by the Chinese government. The U.S. government has also increased its scrutiny and oversight of foreign investments and partnerships involving Chinese entities, especially in sectors that are deemed sensitive or strategic, such as telecommunications, artificial intelligence, biotechnology, and semiconductors. ABB could face legal actions or sanctions from the U.S. government, as well as reputational damage, customer loss, or market share erosion. ABB could also be forced to terminate or modify its relationship with ZPMC, or to withdraw or reduce its presence in China. It could, on the other hand, face retaliation or pressure from the Chinese government, which could affect its access, opportunities, or competitiveness in the Chinese market. The case of ABB and ZPMC is a complex and controversial one that reflects the tensions and challenges that many multinational corporations face in navigating the geopolitical and economic rivalry between the United States and China. ABB has said that it is reviewing the letter from the U.S. Congress committees and that it will provide a response as appropriate. ABB has also said that it is a supplier of electrical and automation technologies and that it takes the matter seriously. However, it remains to be seen how ABB will address the allegations and the implications of the investigation, and whether it will be able to balance its interests and obligations in both markets without compromising its values and principles. Let me know your thoughts in the comments and be sure to subscribe.